Hey, it's me again, the Marcola Carnesia Jones, that is. Let me turn this down. Okay, this is more so of a rant video. Um, I don't too much tough give my opinions on here, but I think I'm gonna start today. So I'm hearing a lot of people talk about B Simone's video that she posted on Instagram on Valentine's Day. So if you don't know who B Simone is, from my understanding, she's like an influencer or something like that. I've heard one of her videos a long time ago, and I didn't know her by name, but I knew her by voice. So I seen a video about people not agreeing with what she's saying. So I looked up the video and I'm like, oh, this girl, okay. So I listened to it, and here are my thoughts on it. So if you haven't heard the video, go to Instagram, type in B Simone, and look, I don't know what section of YouTube, or not YouTube, I don't know what section of Instagram it is, but you'll see where the video she posted on Valentine's Day. But if not, you can just type it in on here on YouTube and you'll be able to find it somewhere. I promise you it's gonna pop up. So basically, just giving you a rough draft of what she said. She was just talking about how women, we want something in a man, but we don't want to be that. Like, we don't want to match them. So we, for example, we may want a man that got money, but we broke, or want a man that works out, but we fat, or we may want a man that that is that has a good attitude, but we got a bad attitude. Now, my opinion is from a Christian kingdom woman standpoint. And let me just, because the word, people slang the word Christian around just like it's some slingshot everywhere, and it's not. So I'm just gonna say I am a kingdom saved woman. I am a Christian girl. I'm really about that saved life. So this is from a saved girl's perspective, okay? And this is just my opinion on it. Me personally, if you've listened to the video, I personally agree with her. She's saying that, you know, how women, we shouldn't just be saying we want this in a man, but we're not willing to match it. And I agree with that. I feel like at a certain standpoint, we should be willing to achieve that what we want out of a man. We say we want a man that got money. Do we have our own money? We say we want a man that got a job. Do we have our own job? We want a man that got a car, they got their own place. Do you have a car? Do you have your own place? Like, I truly, honestly believe in that, you know. And honestly, like, that's one of my standards. I don't want a man that don't have, you know, a car or somewhere to live or his own job. Like, those are three things that I look for in a man, because if you can't do that, then you can't really provide like I want you to. Not saying that I would just excommunicate you out, but hey, you know, gotta meet the standard. And there's nothing wrong with being a saved girl having standards. Like, we supposed to have standards, you know what I'm saying? So that's my take on it. As far as making sure that whoever, or setting your standards, or hold on, let me scale back. I agree with her on when she's saying that. I agree with her saying that, you know, as women, we shouldn't just be saying we want this, this, that, and the third, but, you know, we don't have that ourselves. I can recall back to a time where I was like that. For example, and this is real life, y'all. I used to say all the time, I don't want a man that smoke. I couldn't do it. Don't like the smell. Don't like the feeling. I don't want to be around my man. He hot. Like, I don't want a man that smoke weed. But I was smoking blacks, like, religiously, faithfully. And I remember a couple of my homeboys would be like, so, Nene, like, how you want a man that don't smoke, but you smoking like a chimney? And I'm like, you know what? You're so right. Despite, you know, whatever it was I was smoking, I was still smoking. And so how dare me, like, say that I don't want that in a man, but I'm doing that thing. And I remember God telling me, like, one time, he had said to me, like, the guy that I have for you, he don't like women that smoke. So whenever you meet whenever you meet the guy I have for you, you're not going to be smoking. And then I think hindsight, like, wow, that's, you know, that's crazy. I was like, I want a man that didn't smoke and I would smoke. So yeah. And I think it goes beyond just tangible things. It goes to personalities too. So I'm speaking from a kingdom standpoint, right? We want a man that's we want a Christian, we want a saved man, but you can't even read your word and pray. Like, how can we say we want this out of a man, but we're not willing to do that? We don't want a man that's controlling, but you are manipulative. Like, how can we say we want a man that's not controlling, but we manipulate? And that's a spirit, that's a Jezebel spirit in itself. So you shouldn't be, you know, having that manipulative type of spirit. We say we want a man that loves his kids, but we can't take it when he don't really just have time for you. And we have to be willing to understand a man that cares for, you know, his kids, he's not going to be able to make time for you. I would prefer a man go without talking to me because he's dealing with his kids. They'll let me know, okay, if I was to come in your life, like, you gonna be willing to invest in time with me. So we can't say we want these things out of a man, but we're not prepared for it ourselves. Dang, I don't know why I feel like staying on that topic about kids, because, like, you know, we say we want a man, a kingdom man, but when he not making time for you and he making more time for God than you get mad. Like, we can't be like that. We can't, you know what I'm saying? And same goes for men too. You want a woman, a kingdom woman that loves God, that ain't out here, you know, throwing it around or whatever, but she's spending more time in her word. Like, she ain't got time for you right now. And you should want that out of a woman. I mean, now, granted, it should, you know, if you talking to somebody, you should be investing time with them. But if they spend more of their time, like, investing in themselves and in God, you can't be mad at that. You know what I mean? So you can't say you want something but not willing to deal with that. And I think that's something that I'm learning a lot about now. Is just, okay, I'm saying that I want this out of a man and blah, blah, blah. But if they're not willing, if they're doing the things that I want out of a man, I can't be mad at that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's my standpoint on that. However, what I disagree about B Simone is her delivery. Now, I don't know her belief system or anything, but one part she did mention equally yoked. Now, I don't know about other religions and other belief systems, but I know in my word, we talk about equally yoked in the word. So, I think it's funny when people, like, love to, you know, be on that whole manifesting thing and that whole spirituality or whatever type new age stuff, but they throw in, like, quick Bible stuff, just, okay, because we used to hearing it, like, equally yoked. Like, I get what she was saying, but at the same time, it's just like, sis, don't just throw that in there like you know, like, I don't know, that did something to me. And her delivery, like I was saying, her delivery was abrasive. So I hear a lot of people were saying that they didn't like it or they didn't agree with her. I don't know if it's because they don't like her or maybe her delivery. And I think that's what it is. A lot of times we can't receive the message because the messenger and the delivery. And sometimes stuff don't get conveyed the way we want to, the way it should be conveyed, because of how you delivered the message or who it came from. And so I think when you get to a mindset where you're able to separate the message from the messenger, you're able to say, okay, I can agree with that, but I just don't like her delivery. I absolutely hated her delivery. I think that's just her personality and her being funny, and she just comes off as an abrasive girl, but that's what makes her funny and entertaining. However, when it comes to things like this that are sensitive to women, I guess it could have been delivered in a better way. And watching the video, I seen, like, in the beginning, she was just like, oh, happy Valentine's Day, I'll be your Valentine and all this other stuff, but then go into this whole rant about women. It just came out very abrasive, and I can see why people didn't receive the message because of the way it's delivered. But with that being said, that was just my standpoints from a Christian kingdom woman, or whatever. If you listening to this video, you don't have to agree with it. You can thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever. I just gave my opinion. Feel free to agree to disagree, and I'm cool with that too, bruh. But I did just want to give my standpoint from a Christian kingdom woman's perspective, because I see a lot of times we have a lot of things that are mainstream, and not a lot of Christians may come on and state their opinion. I don't know why, but I feel like it is necessary to do that, because you get to see it from a Christian's perspective and how we may filter out things. Because I do feel like some mainstream things can be taken and dissected by, you know, us saved folks, and we could take some of that information because it's good. But we have to be able to weed it out and like, okay, I like this, and this, it lines up with the word this way, but not necessarily that way. And so, with that being said, that was just my opinion. I feel like it was necessary for somebody that is a true believer in Christ to come on here and give their opinion about it. Because there may be some other people out there that may feel a type of way about what she said. And, you know, they want to hear a Christian girl's perspective. So what are your thoughts on B Simone's latest, well, not latest. What are your thoughts on B Simone's video? Do you agree, disagree? How do you feel about it? And yeah, that's all. I just wanted to come out here and do that. But we still spreading the word until all have heard.